Thank you for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Today we are going to talk about harvesting and planting yucca or cassava. So it's yucca spelled Y-U-C-A. There is another plant called yucca with 2 C's that is not edible. Yucca is a root crop. You're going to cook it and treat it mostly like you would potatoes, except you can also make a flour out of it, except you cannot eat the skins. The skins and the leaves have a higher concentration of arsenic in it, so you're going to peel those off. You're going to peel the skin off of it, and then you're still going to boil it, cook it, however you're going to prepare it, but it needs to be cooked to be safe to eat. It is very high in calcium and in carbs, so for a homesteading food, it is fantastic, and it is so easy to grow. So let's get started with how to harvest our yucca. We have 2 plants here. Both of them died back over the winter. So you can see this is pretty dead, pretty dry. These came from that plant. Pretty dead, but you can see it shot back up. Okay, so it died back. These plants are about 2 years old. Typically you would harvest your yucca at about 12 to 18 months, but we're slackers for one, and for two, we didn't plant it in the best spots. It prefers full sun, and this is kind of filtered sun, fairly shady over here, so we wanted to give it some extra time. That's our excuse for the slacker thing. So to harvest it, what you're going to do is take any of your live branches. So this one, most people will use a machete to cut it down. I'm really bad with the machete, so I'm going to use my clippers. But to replant this, what you're going to do is break off these leaves here and take about an 8 to 10 inch stick, and you're going to plant that. There are a lot of differences of opinion on how to plant this. You want the woodier pieces more than the green pieces, but my experience is yucca really wants to grow. It's not going to matter. We've literally thrown these on a fire pit just full of sticks and branches and whatnot, and it started growing. It's not picky. Now what you're going to hear and read, if you look this up, how to grow it, how to propagate it, is that the nodes, those leaf branches, need to be pointing up, and you'll stick this in the ground about halfway. Other people will say you'll bury it in the ground about 3 inches deep this way. We've done both. We literally did an experiment a couple years ago, when about the time that we planted these, and we put one of these in the ground on both ends. We dug one down and laid it flat about 3 inches below the dirt, and we did one about 1 inch below the dirt, and then we just dropped one on the dirt. The one we dropped on the dirt did take the longest to start growing. All of them grew. Again, one grew on a fire pit with no dirt, just surrounded by, some leafy branches, but mostly just sticks. You can grow this. I would be impressed if you planted them and didn't grow them. If you've done that, please comment and tell me how you managed it. You can grow it. However you want to plant those, if you do plant them facing up, as long as you make sure your nodes are facing up, it's going to grow, okay? If you put them nodes facing down, that's the one way I haven't tried. Maybe that fails. Maybe it's possible. So that's how you're going to propagate more yucca, okay? So let's harvest the yucca we have. So as we're digging around in here, I found this piece that had broken off. Remember I said it died back over the winter? So this one broke off some time ago. It's really dry here. But from these nodes where it fell on the ground, it grew roots and started growing more shoots. So left alone to its own devices in another year, year and a half, these roots would have made a new cassava plant. So this one I can literally just scrape the top off some dirt, lay it down, and this will grow more yucca for me. Okay? So another cutting I can work with. to get your yucca, to harvest your yucca, so I've got my main stem over here, it looks like, for this one. You're going to use a pitchfork and kind of loosen the dirt up around it, and then you're pretty much just going to try and yank it out. Hopefully not break off too many pieces, but it's really hard not to, because who knows how big that thing is down there. We can't tell. So we're going to hope it's gotten pretty big. And come down here and start loosening up the soil. Broke something. Ran into something. All right. So let's see if that's good enough. And what we've got going on. So this one so far, I've got 2 good tubers. Okay. One, I'm going to pull this piece off too, and this one. All right, so we're going to do the same thing to loosen up the soil around the second one. And then yank that sucker out. Get the top out of the way. Oh, disappointment. This one's sad. So maybe letting them die back over the winter and neglecting them for 2 years is not the best way to go. But we've literally done nothing for these plants since we stuck them in the ground. We haven't watered them, we haven't paid any attention to them. We let them sit for 2 years, and I've essentially got 5 potatoes for nothing. So probably if you put them in sun like they're supposed to and water them like you're supposed to, they'll be a lot more productive. Okay, so to process these, you are going to peel the skin off. So I usually just cut a line down it. And then just peel that outside layer off. I did pick an easy piece to show you. Some of the more misshapen ones can be sort of a pain to peel. And then once you have these peeled, we'll talk about next week different ways to cook them, but you're going to want to process them in some way within 48 hours. Okay? The ones you buy at the grocery store are usually waxed, so they stay good for longer. That's not something that I do, because you can peel them, cut them up, and freeze them to make them last longer if you're not going to cook them right away. Okay? But we will go into some simple recipes and different things you can do with them next week. So this week, before we let you go, we are going to plant one of our cuttings so you can see how we do that. And I know I said there's a million different ways to do it. It's your own personal preference, but just in case you're following along, in another year we can do an update and you can see how this one planted in a sunny location, as it's preferred to do, grows out for us. So check out our garden tour next year to see the results of this yucca in a year from now. Okay, so now I'm going to plant a couple of my cuttings, well, one of my cuttings, and then I really like that piece that had started rooting out. So to plant that, I'm just going to scrape the grass off the top and give it a spot to lay down. And I'm going to dig a little tiny hole for the cutting stick, and we're just going to plant that one straight up. Okay. So for the stick, we are just going to loosen up the soil enough to be able to stab it down a couple inches. Get some of that grass off the top. For the one that's already rooted, probably want a flat shovel for this, but we are going to just take the top layer of grass out, plant it down, throw some mulch on top, and that's it. All right, so that's enough that this one can see the dirt, which is all yucca needs to be able to grow. And let's see, my nodes are facing up. That's it. We're going to throw mulch on top and check back with us next year, and we'll see how fast this grows. Now what we are going to do is, you may have noticed in the background, we have several more cassava plants. So every month or so we are going to harvest another one and plant these out so that we can start harvesting them every month next year. Thanks for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Please like and subscribe to our videos, and leave in the comments if you've got any questions or anything else we can cover.